Okay, so we're going to talk about how to make a comparative essay. So essentially there's a whole bunch of different models that you can use to make a comparative essay, but they're not very good really. The important thing is that you're going to have a paragraph and it's going to have both texts in it. You're going to use connective phrases like however, therefore, by contrast consistently. And the more times you're doing that, basically the better you are contrasting and comparing the essay. So keep that in mind. You really need to master the connective phrases that you're using and find really good ways to use them regularly and also vary them. But keep in mind, you're going to compare within one paragraph and you're not going to compare in the introduction or the conclusion. So there's a million different ways you can do this, but once you actually start to think about a comparative essay, essentially you're going to do a lot of graphic organizers, a lot of Venn diagrams, a lot of Lotus charts, a lot of visual things to help you kind of group the differences. And when in doubt, you kind of want to have yes, no, and yes and no. So anytime you're making a stark comparison, like this one is good and this one is bad, you don't sound super sophisticated. So you want to explore yes and no, black and white between different aspects of the text. So you might say something like, this text tends to be more democratic by nature in comparison to the other text, which lends itself more to a totalitarian worldview. So you're not going to say this one is this one and this one is this one, but you're going to say they tend towards, they lend towards, and they lead towards different things like that. So don't be too strong in your framing, but keep in mind that the things are different, but perhaps in different levels of degree. So rather than thinking sort of yes and no, black and white, try and think of degrees between say 0 and 10.